Two people earn roughly the same amount. 5 years later, one has savings, investments, and far less financial stress. The other, still waiting for the next payday. It wasn't because one discovered some secret investment. It wasn't crypto. It wasn't a side hustle. It was a collection of incredibly boring money habits. So I ranked 20 of them from useful to the habits that can completely change the direction of your money. And number 1 isn't actually about spending less. It's the reason almost every habit on this list works. Number 20, round up your purchases. Spend $7.40, round it to $8, and move the difference into savings. 60 cents doesn't feel like wealth. That's exactly why this works. You barely notice the money leaving. But over hundreds of transactions, those tiny amounts begin accumulating. It won't make you rich by itself, but it teaches something we'll come back to again and again. Small amounts don't need to feel impressive to matter. Number 19, use your offset account properly. Number 19 is mainly for homeowners with an offset facility. Instead of letting spare cash sit in an ordinary transaction account, eligible borrowers can keep it in an offset account linked to their mortgage. The balance can reduce the portion of the loan on which interest is calculated. Same money, different parking spot, potentially less mortgage interest. Boring, absolutely. Useful, very. Number 18, the bills-only account. Number 18, create an account that has one job. Bills. Work out what your regular bills cost, automatically transfer money there every payday. And stop pretending that your annual insurance bill was a surprise. It wasn't. Christmas isn't a surprise either. Neither is your car registration. When predictable expenses stop becoming emergencies, money gets much calmer. Number 17, the pantry week. Number 17 sounds almost ridiculous. Once in a while, have a pantry week. Before buying another full grocery shop, look at what you already have. That forgotten pasta, the frozen vegetables, the rice that's apparently been waiting since the beginning of civilization. Build a few meals around what you've already paid for. The goal isn't deprivation, it's simply using what you own before buying more. Number 16, sinking funds. Instead of waiting for a $900 expense and panicking, prepare for it months earlier. Car expenses, Christmas, insurance, travel, vet bills. If you know it's probably coming, start paying your future self now. Number 15, the debt snowball. Pay minimums on your debts, then focus extra money on the smallest balance first. Is it always mathematically cheapest? No. The debt avalanche can save more interest when higher rate debt is prioritized. But the snowball has something mathematics can't measure quite as neatly: momentum. One balance disappears, then another, and suddenly debt repayment feels possible. Number 14, split your pay immediately. Don't leave your entire pay sitting in one account. The moment you're paid, split it. Bills, savings, investing, spending. Because when $2,000 sits together, your brain sees $2,000 available. It isn't. Give the money jobs before you have the chance to accidentally spend somebody else's job. Number 13, add friction to credit. Make your credit card inconvenient. You don't literally have to freeze it in ice, although that would certainly work. Remove stored card details, take it out of your wallet, disable one-click checkout. The goal isn't punishment. It's creating a few extra seconds between wanting something and buying it. Sometimes a little friction saves a lot of money. Number 12, the subscription audit. Put a subscription audit on your calendar. Not, I'll check them sometime. Pick an actual date. Every 3 months, look at every recurring charge. If you wouldn't sign up for it again today, ask yourself why you're still paying for it. Number 11, buy depreciating things used. Consider buying used when something loses value quickly. Cars, furniture, some electronics. You don't have to buy everything secondhand. The habit is simply asking, am I paying a premium just because nobody else has owned this yet? Sometimes new is worth it. Sometimes you're paying thousands for that feeling. Number 10, plan food before you're hungry. Decide what you're eating before you're hungry. Because 6:30 p.m., after a long day is a terrible time to make a financial decision. You don't need 7 identical meal prep containers. Just have a plan. When dinner already has an answer, convenience has less opportunity to empty your wallet. That's the first 10, useful. But the next 10 matter more, because we're moving away from saving a few dollars and toward habits that can change what happens to your money for years. Number 9, negotiate renewals. Don't automatically accept every renewal. Insurance, internet, phone plans, loans. Before renewing, compare what's available. You don't have to threaten to leave every company. You simply need to know whether you're still getting a competitive deal. Because being a loyal customer shouldn't mean becoming an expensive one. Number 8, micro-investing. Make investing small enough to start. For some people, that's micro-investing. For others, it's a small automatic investment into a diversified fund. The point isn't the app. It's making investing something that happens regularly instead of something you'll start when you have more money. Because somehow, that perfect month never arrives. Number 7, invest part of every pay rise. Number 7 is one of my favorites. Whenever your income rises, increase your automatic investing before your lifestyle expands to consume all of it. Even 1 extra percentage point can matter. You still get to enjoy some of the raise, but your future gets a raise too. And because the money was never part of your old lifestyle, you may barely miss it. Number 6, give yourself a spending limit. Create a clear boundary for discretionary spending. Cash works for some people. A separate spending account works for others. When the account reaches 0, you're done. No complicated spreadsheet, no guilt, no wondering whether you can afford another purchase. The boundary already answered the question. Number 5, the 24-hour rule. Make expensive impulse purchases wait. Pick a threshold that makes sense for you. Maybe $100. Anything unplanned above that amount waits 24 hours. Put it in the cart, walk away. If you still genuinely want it tomorrow and it fits your budget, fine. But you'd be surprised how many "I need this" purchases become. Why did I even want that? Number 4, track net worth. Track your net worth once a month. Not every hour, not every day. Once a month. Income tells you how much money came in. Net worth asks the harder question, did any of it actually stay with you? Add what you own, subtract what you owe, then watch the direction over time. That's your financial scoreboard. Number 3, review your biggest interest rate. Regularly review the interest rate on your biggest debts. For many people, that's the mortgage. A tiny difference in rate on a large balance can matter far more than canceling one small subscription. That doesn't mean refinancing every time you see a lower advertised number. Fees, features, and eligibility matter. But don't let inertia make the decision for you. The biggest numbers deserve attention. Number 2, build a cash buffer. Build an emergency buffer, because debt repayment feels fantastic until the car breaks, or the fridge dies, or an unexpected bill lands. Without savings, the credit card becomes the emergency fund. Then debt you've already paid off can come straight back. Your buffer doesn't need to appear overnight. Build it gradually. Its job is simple. Stop 1 bad week from becoming 6 bad months. Number 1, automate the good decisions. Look back at this list. Bills transferred automatically. Savings transferred automatically. Investments happening automatically. Sinking funds growing automatically. The most powerful habit isn't finding enough motivation to make 20 good decisions every month. It's making the decision once and building a system that keeps repeating it, because motivation disappears. You get tired, you get busy, life happens. A good system doesn't care whether Tuesday was stressful. It just runs. That's why boring can be so powerful. Eventually, doing the right thing with money stops feeling like something you're constantly trying to do. It simply becomes what happens. And that's the real difference between the 2 people we met at the beginning. One kept waiting to feel motivated. Save next month. Invest after the next pay rise. Fix the budget when life gets quieter. The other didn't suddenly become perfect with money. They simply made a few good decisions harder to avoid. 1 month became 6, 6 became 12, and eventually the results became visible. Not because anything dramatic happened, but because boring kept happening. Now, I want to know yours. Which of these habits are you already doing? And which one are you starting this week? Put the number in the comments. And if you want more simple money explanations without the hype, subscribe to Clear Every Day. I'll see you in the next one.